Getting you the latest updates on the disengagement at the LAC, even as the Chinese troops are retreating. This is coming after the Ministry of External Affairs had asserted that India will only hold 10th round of talks with China 48 hours after disengagement process was completed. Now, this was keeping in mind what the Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh had said on the floor of the House, that there will be at least 10 rounds of senior military commander level talks that will be happening within 48 hours of the disengagement at the Pangong Tso being complete, and the next round of military talks that were expected to focus on the disengagement from the other areas like Gogra Hot Springs and the Depsang Plains. Once this was done, the two sides would talk on de-escalation, that is moving the troops that had been stationed in those depth areas or behind the frontline troops on both sides. Now, this is a deployment that the disengagement process that has been carried out by the Indian Army and also by the Chinese PLA. Going across to my colleague Shivani, who was also the first reporter to be on ground there at the LAC in eastern Ladakh, where this disengagement process has been ongoing. Shivani, the speed at which the disengagement has been progressing means what is the estimate? Like the entire process could be completed ahead of a week time or period ahead of the estimated process. How soon are we expecting this entire process to get over?
Amita, this is a very important update on the disengagement that happened, that's happening right now from the north and the south of Pangong Tso, where we brought the ground reports from. And the update here is that today is the 7th day of disengagement, and around 50% of disengagement process is already done. So tomorrow, when 1 week will be completed, and the review for the first 7 days of the first phase of this disengagement will take place. Like both the countries will review the whole disengagement that has happened so far from the north and the south of Pangong. So we are getting the visuals, we are showing the exclusive visuals that how the disengagement is happening, starting from the day 1 on 10th of February, and the next day when Defence Minister Rajnath Singh had announced it on the floor of the House. This was a big victory of the Indian forces, big victory of the Indian government, diplomacy. And we also see the pictures of how the jetties, how the bunkers, and how that were done by the Chinese army are being now removed from the northern and the southern side of the Pangong Tso. And almost 50% of this disengagement from these two sides have been done. Another 7 days and this phase of disengagement might get over, and after hours, both the countries will once again meet for the 10th round of talks between the military commanders and the MEA representatives to resolve the untouched issues like Gogra, Depsang Plains, and many other such points where still we are in a standoff position with China. But the big achievement by the Indian Army and the Indian diplomacy and the government has been so far that the Chinese are pulling.
All right, Shivani, we will just reconnect your audio line, but Major Gaurav Arya is also with us on the phone line. Good afternoon to you, sir. According to the terms of the pact, by China was asked to withdraw to the east of Finger 8 as one of the 8 mountain folds jutting into the lake is known, where India on its part was asked to move its troop to Dhansing Thapa post between Finger 2 and Finger 3. Now, what do we expect when it comes to the estimated time of the disengagement process to be complete and certain other prickly issues, especially when it comes to the other post that may be taken up in the next round of military level talks, sir?
No, it's very simple that China would like to withdraw sooner than it is possible, and the rate of Chinese withdrawal is actually surprising. The rate of Chinese withdrawal is faster than the rate of Chinese advance. You know, when in the month of April, May, they were starting to take this forward posture. And then after that, Galwan happened and that fracas at Pangong Tso Lake happened. You know, the Chinese were extremely aggressive, and then winter set in. And then they realized that it is not about mechanized warfare. It is not about technology. This is hardcore infantry action that is taking place. The Chinese were simply not up for it. And what you see today is defeat of the Chinese, and I use this very strong word, and I do so because the Chinese came for a certain purpose. That purpose was not met, and now the Chinese are withdrawing.
But also, Major Gaurav Arya, what do you believe that led to this development, especially with the Chinese PLA? Whether India can trust China and the impact on the bilateral relations that have been continuing? We've seen the talks that have been happening at several levels, be it diplomatic, be it military.
No, I've spoken to many senior army officers, and they have this feeling and they have this very deeply held belief that the trust with China has been irrevocably shattered. And one of them said to me in Hindi, he says, China ne karar tod diya. They broke their word. They broke faith. And now the way forward is not to trust the Chinese, verify again, and then triply verify before and never trust the Chinese, number one. And number two, the reason why it happened was that, again, China expected the Indian army to keel over and lay still, that the Chinese are coming, a superpower is coming, everybody should be afraid and scared. Now, obviously, the Indian army was not very impressed with the Chinese army. They fought. Now, the TASS report, the Soviet report, the Russian report, I beg your pardon, has come out, and they say that 45 Chinese soldiers were killed. And, of course, the Americans had earlier said 36 to 37 soldiers were killed in the Galwan Valley clash. So the entire thing is that this is turning out to be very, very expensive for the Chinese. The Chinese army is a highly mechanized army, and the location where they are fighting is hardcore infantry action. They are softies. The Chinese army is a bunch of softies. They cannot match up to the Indian army in those rigors of minus 30, minus 40, minus 50. They're just simply not up to the task. And they wanted a face-saving mechanism, a face-saving device. They finally found it, and now they're withdrawing faster than they had advanced.
But of course, Major Gaurav Arya, because we've been also showing the video of the initial process of the disengagement from the Indian army that also showed the Chinese and the Indian tanks were just meters away from each other on the south bank of Pangong Tso. Now, this gives an idea how close the two sides were in the test of nerves. And that actually shows with this video that have been playing out, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. You're absolutely right. What happened was that the Chinese put tanks there because they have these mechanized formations in Tibet and also in that Xinjiang area. So they put mechanized columns there, expecting the Indian army to be afraid that, here comes the Chinese armored columns and be afraid. Now, what India did was it matched tank with tank, soldier with soldier, artillery gun for artillery gun. And then the Chinese realized that the Indians actually, they mean business. They are not going to withdraw an inch. This entire facade of Chinese superiority has been cracked forever. And when you mentioned tanks, that is what they wanted to do. They put their heavy tanks there and we put our heavy tanks there and the Chinese had no way out. We said you keep on ramping up, we'll also indefinitely keep on ramping up. Let's see what happens. And the Chinese blinked first. That is what happened.
And do you believe this is exact the mirror deployment that had happened on part of the Indian troops, Major Gaurav Arya? Because we are sharing the latest pictures of the disengagement process at the LAC. And it's been an ongoing process since the last 10 months where we've seen when India quickly brought in tens and thousands of troops backed by the Indian air forces to also mirror the Chinese deployment along the LAC in Ladakh. And those are the latest pictures. Sir, if you want to speak on this, on the disengagement process that is currently underway.
No, absolutely. The word mirror deployment that you have used, that is exactly what happened. As I said, we matched them tank for tank, soldier for soldier, gun for gun. Also, the Chinese knew, like we knew what the Chinese were up to, the Chinese also knew what we were up to, and they could realize that there is massive mobilization happening. And everybody in the Indian Army, at least in that Northern Command specific 14 Corps area, they have got weapons hot. After what happened in Galwan, people were ready for hostilities to break out. The Indian army was, as we say in the army, they were locked and cocked and they were ready to go. So anything that the Chinese tried there would have met with a very solid response. The Chinese knew that. So, the Chinese have never won a war in the past 50 years. They fought in 1979 with Vietnam, and tiny Vietnam, which is smaller than Uttar Pradesh, gave them a thrashing of a lifetime. So the Chinese depended upon their reputation. China, the economic miracle, economic superpower. China, the military superpower. Coming in with rolling tanks and thousands of infantry, scare India. That didn't work because India put more troops, more tanks, more airplanes. We put it on the border, and China literally collapsed. Their morale collapsed, and this is why they are withdrawing. They want to save face. This entire exercise which China is doing, withdrawing from Pangong Tso, is a face-saving exercise. It's nothing more. They're scared. They've been exposed in front of the world. The cracks have been seen by the world, and the Chinese are withdrawing now.